Yeshua was saying to the multitudes, "Why even of yourselves judge ye not what is right? For as thou art going with thy adversary before the magistrate, on the way give diligence to become released from him, lest perhaps he drag thee to the judge, and the judge shall deliver thee to the officer, and the officer shall cast thee into prison. I am saying to thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence, till thou have paid the very last lepton." Luke chapter 13. Now there were some present at that very season, who told him of the Galilee, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices. And he answered and said to them, "Think ye that these Galilee became sinners above all the Galilee, because they have suffered these things? I tell you, nay. But except ye should be repenting, ye shall all in like manner perish. Or those 18 upon whom the tower in the Shiloh fell, and killed them, think ye that they became offenders above all the men that dwell in Jerusalem? I tell you, nay. But except ye should be repenting, ye shall all likewise perish." And he spoke this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came seeking fruit thereon, and found none. And he said to the vine-dresser, "Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why doth it also cumber the ground?" And he answering saith to him, "Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it, and dung it. And if it bear fruit thenceforth, well. But if not, thou shalt cut it down." And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Shabbat day. And behold, a woman that had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and she was bowed together, and could certainly not lift herself up. And when Yeshua saw her, he called her and said to her, "Woman, thou art loosed from thy infirmity." And he laid his hands upon her, and immediately she was made upright, and glorified the God. And the synagogue ruler, being moved with indignation, because Yeshua had healed on the Shabbat, answered and said to the multitude, "There are 6 days in which men ought to work. In them therefore come and be healed, and not on the day of the Shabbat." But the Lord answered him and said, "Ye pretenders, doth not each one of you on the Shabbat loose his ox or his donkey from the stall, and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan had bound, these 18 years, to have been loosed from this bond on the day of the Shabbat?" And as he said these things, all his adversaries were put to shame, and all the multitude rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him. He said therefore, "To what is the kingdom of the God like? And whereto shall I liken it? It is like a grain of mustard, which a man took and cast into his own garden. And it grew and became a tree, and the birds of the sky lodged in the branches thereof." And again he said, "Whereto shall I liken the kingdom of the God? It is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 seahine of flour, till it was all leavened." And he went on his way, through the cities and villages, teaching and journeying on to Hierosolyma. And one said to him, Lord, are the ones being saved few? And he said to them, Be ye striving to enter in by the narrow door, for many, I am saying to you, shall seek to enter in, and shall not be able. When once the master of the house should be raised, and hath shut up the door, and ye begin to stand without, and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, open to us. And he shall answer and say to you, I know not whence ye are. Then shall ye begin to say, We did eat and drink in thy presence, and thou didst teach in our streets. And he shall speak, saying to you, I know not whence ye are. Depart from me, all ye workers of unrighteousness. The weeping and the gnashing of the teeth shall be there, when ye shall see Abraham and Ishaq and Jacob and all the prophets in the kingdom of the God, and yourselves cast forth without. And they shall come from the east and west, and from the north and south, and shall recline in the kingdom of the God. And behold, there are last, who shall be first, and there are first, who shall be last. In that very hour there came certain Parishayah, saying to him, Get thee out and go hence, for Herodes willeth to kill thee. And he said to them, Go and say to that fox, Behold, I cast out demons and perform cures today and tomorrow, and on the third day I am being perfected. Nevertheless, I must go on my way today and tomorrow and the day following, for it cannot be that a prophet perish out of Jerusalem. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, that killeth the prophets, and stoneth them that are sent to her. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her own brood under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left to you desolate, and I am saying to you, ye shall not see me, until ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of Lord Yahweh. And it was when he went into the house of one of the rulers of the Parishayah on a Shabbat to eat bread, that they were watching him. And behold, there was before him a certain man that had the dropsy. And Yeshua answering spoke to the law experts and Parishayah, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Shabbat or not? But they became tranquil, and he took him and healed him, and let him go. And he said to them, Which of you shall have a donkey or an ox fallen into a well, and will not immediately draw him up on the Shabbat day? And they could not answer again to these things.